Good morning, everybody. My name is Enrico Levi, and I'm the founder and CEO of Florida Insect Control Group, the company that today, as our world premiere, is launching the first line of INZ-ECO products. I want to personally thank you for being here with us today. We are all living special times. Our hope was to be able to present to you our products in person. Considering the circumstances, it is a great pleasure to be able to see you anyway. And I want to thank the National Pest Management Association for their effort to keep this event going. In our presentation today, I will be joined by Dr. Phil Koehler, Professor Emeritus of Entomology at the University of Florida. I believe he needs no further introduction. Phil is a pest management professional Hall of Famer, a legend in the industry, and the driving force behind our R&D effort, so fundamental in the conception and development of our product. Phil, in a minute, will describe to you the products we are presenting today from his scientific perspective. But first, today, I have the double honor of presenting at the same time a new company and a new line of products, finally available starting from spring 2021. The products you will hear about are the results of the new philosophy of what we believe next-gen pest control devices and systems should look like. Such results have been accomplished by mixing the best in terms of entomology expertise with advanced chemistry of materials and innovative industrial design and manufacturing. Our mission statement, which we remind us every time we start working in our R&D, is to develop effective, affordable, and innovative pest control products and systems that protect humans from dangerous and annoying insects while respecting the environment and other animals. In short, a short product that represent an improvement compared to existing products while remaining simple and affordable. I believe that the products you will hear about now reflect the spirit of our mission. I'm happy to report that our efforts have not gone unnoticed. In 2019, we have been selected as a global top 8 transformational business by the Financial Times and the World Bank. It has been one of the 20 university-backed startups to be invited in Washington to the Innovation Entrepreneurship Showcase held at the Congress. Let me now pass the baton to Phil. He will tell you more about the genesis of our products and what brought us here.
Let me give you a short history of the INZ-ECO product. About 15 years ago, we received a series of grants from the Department of Defense through the Deployed Warfighter Program. The purpose of these grants was to develop new technologies to protect deployed troops from flies and mosquitoes. Often deployed warfighters are bivouacked in rural and non-developed areas with high populations of disease vectors. They needed portable, easy to use, effective, environmentally friendly, and dummy-proof products to protect the troops. The Department of Defense was very proud of those products, and some of them are now on display in the Museum of Military Medicine in Washington, D.C. The University of Florida patented those inventions and licensed them to INZ-ECO for commercialization. Our first invention was the mosquito trap. The INZ-ECO trap specifically targets urban household mosquitoes like Aedes and Culex mosquitoes. Do you realize how easy it is to use INZ-ECO traps to control mosquitoes? So let me tell you how to use INZ-ECO traps to control mosquitoes in your own backyard. My name is Phil Koehler, Professor Emeritus in the Entomology Department at the University of Florida, and I'm also one of the inventors of INZ-ECO traps. INZ-ECO traps attract and kill mosquitoes. There's an active ingredient coating on the inside of the trap, so when you're handling the outside of the trap, you do not contact any of the active ingredients. There's a polymer coating on the inside of the trap that stabilizes and slowly releases 2 active ingredients. One kills mosquitoes when they enter the trap to rest or either lay eggs, and the other active ingredient kills any immature mosquitoes so they can't develop into biting adults. The insecticide polymer coating kills both the adults and immature mosquitoes, and it works for at least one season. In order to use Inz-ECO traps, you have to activate them by adding water. You place or hang the traps in shady areas, and it's usually 2 to 4 traps for an average size yard. The trap itself attracts mosquitoes due to its color, odor from the water that has an infusion in it, and a low airflow. This prevents mosquitoes for at least 3 months and will not harm birds or wildlife. It's really easy to control mosquitoes around a house using Inz-ECO traps. For instance, this house should have 2 traps placed, one on the right-hand side of the picture, one on the left-hand side in shady areas underneath bushes. Mosquitoes would be attracted to the traps, go inside, and then die as a result of contact with the interior surface of the trap. We wanted to test how well Inz-ECO traps would kill mosquitoes, and we did this in large cages outside. We released a known number of mosquitoes, and what we found is if we didn't put the Inz-ECO trap in the cage, no mosquitoes died. However, when we put a treated Inz-ECO trap in the cage, almost 98% of the mosquitoes died within hours. We also wanted to see how well Inz-ECO traps would kill immature mosquitoes. So we placed immature mosquitoes into an untreated trap, and none of those mosquitoes died. However, when we placed them inside a treated Inz-ECO trap, it prevented 100% of those immature mosquitoes from developing into biting adults. So use Inz-ECO traps to control mosquitoes around your house. All it takes is a few traps, and you can reduce the mosquito population significantly. So let me tell you about the mosquito trap features. Even though the mosquito trap is very simple in appearance, it is a very complex product. The trap body is blow molded with the same process used to make plastic milk jugs. That makes it reasonably priced. The trap is designed to attract mosquitoes. Mosquitoes prefer the colors red and black. There is also a leaf infusion inside, which is activated by adding water to the trap. This gives the water an odor and makes it even more attractive to mosquitoes. Mosquitoes like to rest in areas of low wind flow to prevent desiccation, so the trap has ridged sides. There is an overflow spout to prevent overfilling the trap with water. The microdosed insecticides are contained on the inside of the trap and are embedded in a polymer coating. The polymer is texturized because mosquitoes prefer to rest on rough surfaces. The texture also wicks the chemical from the polymer to the surface to kill mosquitoes. The insecticides are a combination of an adulticide and a larvicide. The female mosquitoes enter the trap to either rest or lay eggs. When they rest on the interior surface of the trap, they die. If they lay their eggs before they die, the eggs cannot develop to the adult stage. Because the insecticides are protected inside the polymer coating, the trap provides mosquito control even after 1,000 rinses and for up to 90 days. There is also a calendar on the trap to indicate the time for replacement. The Department of Defense really liked this trap because it's easily transported and can be used with no human contact to the insecticides. No advanced training is needed to use it. The trap is also environmentally friendly for pets, fish, and wildlife because the insecticides are contained inside the trap. Our second invention was mosquito chips. We wanted to take advantage of the polymer coating for the mosquito trap and use it to kill mosquito larvae. So we put polymer embedded larvicide on a ceramic chip that can drop in containers where mosquitoes develop. INZECO chips kill mosquito larvae in virtually any container. The polymer coating on the ceramic chip is what does the work. The polymer stabilizes and slowly releases active ingredient. The chips then kill immature mosquitoes before they develop into biting adults. We know that they can last for at least one season or about 3 months. What's unique about INZECO chips is how easy they are to use. Just drop a chip into any container where mosquitoes may develop. Each chip treats up to 20 liters or 5.2 gallons of water. Chips can prevent adult mosquitoes for about 3 months, and we even found that by filling, emptying, and refilling containers over 1,000 times, the chips still prevented mosquitoes from developing. And we know that these chips will not harm birds or wildlife. Most methods of controlling mosquito larvae treat water directly. We wanted to see if INZECO chips are better than those direct water treatments. So we set up an experiment where we had water that was treated, and then we dumped the water out and refilled the container. And we also had chip treated water that we dumped the water out of the container, refilled it, and what we found was that the water treatments killed only 24% of the mosquitoes, whereas the chips killed 100% of mosquito larvae, even after changing the water. So you can control mosquitoes using INZECO chips. All you have to do is drop them into any container that would breed mosquitoes around a house. So for instance, around this house that I have pictured, you can see that by dropping a chip into the plant containers and also into the fountain, mosquito breeding can be eliminated. The mosquito chips are a ceramic chip that's been treated with a microdose of polymer embedded larvicide. The larvicide is a juvenile hormone that prevents immature mosquitoes from developing into biting adults. When dropped into a mosquito breeding container, the larvicide slowly releases into the water. The slow release is sufficient to kill mosquito larvae, but not affect birds, fish, or wildlife. The ceramic chip sinks to the bottom of the container and is not easily washed away with water. We found that the chip still worked after 1,000 rinses with water and can provide 90 days of protection for mosquito development. These chips can be used to control mosquitoes with very little training of applicators. To test our system, we conducted an experiment with Operation Blessing in Honduras. Operation Blessing is one of the largest relief efforts in the world and was founded by Pat Robertson. They were working in Honduras to protect people in Monteverde, which is a small village. The village was located in an area with a history of dengue fever, chikungunya virus, and Zika virus, all transmitted by Aedes aegypti mosquitoes. The village received weekly water shipments. The picture on the left side of the screen showed how water holding containers were stacked up to store drinking water, and those were found throughout the village because they didn't have running water, they just received water once a week. We provided sufficient mosquito chips to treat the containers. Operation Blessing staff really liked how easy it was to use and apply the chips. They also were implementing mosquito biological control by releasing copepods, turtles, and top-feeding minnows as part of the program. We found that the chips did not affect the biological control organisms. The results of the Honduras study in Monteverde were dramatic. There were no cases of dengue, no cases of Zika, and no cases of chikungunya in the village. However, in the area surrounding the village, there were epidemics of those diseases. The village and the government of Honduras were extraordinarily pleased with these results. I actually became very famous there for making the chips available to them. Now let me go on to setting up an INZECO mosquito control system. We know that the combined use of the traps and chips can result in the best form of mosquito control. Also, the durable control provided by traps and chips is something that can be used with existing mosquito control treatments like mist sprayer applications with residual insecticides. At the house pictured above, there are 2 mosquito traps placed in protected areas under shrubs and trees where mosquitoes like to rest. The chips can be applied to the 15 different mosquito breeding locations in the yard. The chips then prevent the development of the larvae into biting adults, and the traps can prevent adults that migrate in from surrounding areas. Also, think about it. Each one of the components, traps or chips, can be used in association with current mosquito control operations like mist blowing.
Now let me spend a few words about the saucers. The saucers are usually a problem for everybody that is involved in pest control operations. They are used by the clients in their gardens and on their balconies, but they store water, and the water allows for the growth of new mosquitoes. We have decided, we have invented a way to transform a product, a device that usually is a problem, into a solution, in actually what might look like an additional trap. So a device that will still attract the mosquitoes, but then will kill all their larvae and prevent the emergence of new adults. Basically, we have invented saucers with a special cavity where you can put the chip and transform them in, as I said, in a new solution for pest control. I think that we have a video that describes how it works. This is the design that is quite original, I believe, and this is how they will look like in different sizes, in different formats, but they all share the fact that they have the cavity that will allow to insert the chip. There's nothing different from a regular saucers other than they can easily become protected for the mosquitoes, and they will last. The effect will last the 3 months that Phil mentioned earlier. If the saucer becomes dry, the chip stops releasing the larvicide. This is the basically the display that we are preparing now for commercial use. These are the sizes that we have developed so far, and below are the 3 colors that we are going to present for this spring. I believe that we can go next slide. These are videos that we decided to present you because we believe that it can be effective marketing tools if you have clients that want to learn more about these products. Probably are less scientific than Phil's explanation, but probably provide a good an explanation that is good enough to understand how they work. This is the video for the traps. Phil described, it is a product that is quite sophisticated in its engineering, but in the end, results very simple to use. This is the video, marketing video for the chips. This provides probably a more realistic understanding on how our system would work. So a combination of traps, chips, and saucers around a house that most likely you and your clients are serving these days. I think that it gives an idea of how very simple objects, simple tools and devices can contribute to limit the number of mosquitoes in your area and how easy it would be to integrate them with other traditional pest control methods. I think we can go to another slide that describes a little bit how we stand with the competition, in the sense that our products have resulted to be extremely high in terms of efficacy, very good in terms of selectivity. Only the right mosquitoes or the right insects will go there, preserving the environment. The duration is extremely long for this industry. Nothing else compares. And duration and also maintenance requires the product that requires no maintenance. As an incredible advantage compared to all the other technologies that targets both the immature and the adult mosquitoes, is extremely easy to use. I believe that it was pretty clear from the images that you have seen. And the final value that we see in the Inz-ECO product is that their price can be very competitive because of the simplicity of the entire manufacturing of the product. You can check all the difference with the other existing alternatives. We wanted to spend a few additional words about the products that are coming soon, in the sense that with Phil and with our industrial designing team and manufacturing, we are developing new products, transforming ideas and knowing, starting from the knowledge of the behavior of the insects to try to find solutions that might lead to new effective products. We have a line of products that is ready, that is coming up. I would like to spend a few words to introduce you what is going on. This is the Inz-ECO fly trap. This is based on a study run by Phil on the different attractiveness of, superior attractiveness of the combination of light blue and black. I believe there is a video on this as well. No, okay. First, there is a description of the products that are coming up. The one on the left, it's already available. It's a fly trap that where the black strips are black fabrics strips that absorbs fly bait. So the trap itself needs to be sprayed, because of the fabric absorbing the fly bait. This extends the duration of the fly bait, allows to waste less material, and provides less contamination to the area where it has been applied. With the same concept, we are working on developing sticky rolls and what they call sticky calendars. So different layers of sheets with glue that are attractive because of the colors that we have identified. And then there is I think that we have the video on how to use the
INZECO fly trap attracts and kills flies. It has a blue color with black strips on it, and the bait needs to be sprayed onto black strips for it to work. Flies land on the trap, walk to the black strip, feed on the bait, and then are killed immediately. These traps will work for about 30 days, and the fly bait actually works to kill the adult flies. INZECO fly traps can be placed around patios and even animal facilities like stables. It's just a matter of setting down the trap in a place that is visible to flies. Most fly traps are yellow in color. However, when we put blue versus yellow as an attractive color, we found that we caught about 70% of the flies in the blue as opposed to only 18% of the flies in the yellow. White is also considered to be an attractive color, but we caught twice as many flies on the blue as we did on the white. We took the INZECO fly trap into the field to places that were infested with flies. The first fly that we tried to control was a house fly, and we got 71% control of the flies in the area. We then went to a place that had a heavy infestation of scuttle flies, and we had about 80% control of the scuttle flies. We then went to a place that was infested with blowflies, and we got 34% because blowflies will fly long distances, and they kept on reinfesting that area. We wanted to see how many flies an INZECO fly trap can kill. We ended up killing 30,000 flies with one bait charge. And we did that without any harm to the environment. And there you can see a pile of 30,000 flies that were killed by one INZECO fly trap. The INZECO fly trap was the result of an award-winning fly research project sponsored by the Department of Defense. And we actually won several awards by the US government for protecting America's environment. And you can see that picture there. We also have the trap displayed in the Museum of Military Medicine in Washington, D.C. You can see troops on the lower left deploying the traps to control flies in the field.
This is another product that is coming up soon, is in the industrialization stage. This is another patent coming out of the University of Florida. This is a rim that will be deployed around mostly hotel beds that takes in consideration the capacity of climbing surfaces of bed bugs and creates a trap that they can climb up, but then once they fall in, they cannot get out of. This is a rim that it will be roughly an inch high, and that can be put as a preventative device around beds. It doesn't need to be as visible as that photo, but it will be done as a preventative way to protect beds in hotels. We have other products that are going to be targeting bed bugs that are still in the patenting stage, at this stage, and we cannot present them right now. I think that we can go to the next slides, which actually is what is keeping us very busy these days. This is a photo taken 2 weeks ago of our large new facility that we are building in Poland for the manufacturing of all the products that you have heard about today. All this is to basically tell you that we are very happy to see you today, that we are open for business, that manufacturing is coming. It will be available spring 2021. Products are, some of the products that you have seen require registration. Registration are either completed or in their final stage in several countries. In other countries, we still need to do registration. So if you are international agents, distributor, please contact us so that we can understand whether our products are available on your market and work together on how to make them available. Thanks again for your attention, and we hope you enjoyed what you have seen today.